I'm Dr. Rizwan Khan, and today we are going to talk about the finance and the security spending. Professionally, I have been working with organizations around the globe, most notably in Vietnam, Thailand, US, and Pakistan. Currently, one of my role is CFO and CIO of a manufacturing company. There I am dealing with the finance and the security of IT infrastructure. Generally, it is considered that the spending on security is useless in terms of there is no tangible benefits. However, this notion needs to be corrected in a way that when finance people, they need to look into the security spending in three different perspectives, if you like. One is the data itself, that how we are going to secure the data of the organization that we have there. For example, costing, for example, inventory, etc. The other aspect is from the data privacy point of view. In any organization, there are some private information that are available. And if you are operating in European region or some other jurisdictions where the data privacy laws are enacted, there's a big issue. For example, in Vietnam, last year, the data privacy law has been drafted and it is being implemented slowly. We need to be very careful how we are going to secure the data. For example, GDPR in Europe, there we need to make the perimeter for the data to ensure that the data is not going outside of European Union. So that is from the data privacy perspective. Most important aspect of the security spending is to avoid and cripple when these attacks 2021 and 2022 we see that there is a growing trend. There is roughly about 72% increase in the security incidents where the firms and the companies that are not ready to protect their data from the attacks, they were attacked, and those are from the utility sectors, from manufacturing companies, and most notably from the healthcare sector. Healthcare sector contains the sensitive data of the patients and other people, and that will cause a lot of issues when it comes to the security breaches. Now, the security breaches come in different forms and different shapes, and with the advent of cryptocurrency, it becomes practically impossible to track the criminals and to find out that what they are doing and where they are hiding. So from finance point of view, we need to look into the security spending more as a preventive measure to ensure that we prevent any security breach to occur. There are certain measures that one can take. For example, SaaS-based security, that is software as a service-based security. For example, integrated platforms, for example, redundancy, etc. Ransomware perhaps is the most dangerous among all the attacks that basically cause the data useless. The computer systems are crippled, and in some cases, the data has been leaked to the dark web for if the ransom is not being paid. There have been incidents where the firms are not ready. And part of the reason is that both finance and IT departments, they do not understand the value of prevention. Everybody is relying on, if it did not happen to us, it will not happen to us. But as the Murphy law goes, if something can go wrong, it will. And hence the same issue with the security. So we need to ensure that the security is of paramount, and the security starts from the top. 3 lines of defenses, as all of us know about that, is there. But the first thing that is most important is that the top management is aware of the significance and the importance of the security, number one. Number two, the managers, they know they are being trained properly, and they can respond when any security incident happens. And the third and the most important one perhaps is that the people who are working on the data, on the system, they must be aware of the security issues. They must be trained properly, and they know whom to contact when any incident happens. A lot of these incidents happen because the users do not know what to do when any security incident happens. And this causes a lot of issues in terms of elevation of the incident, in terms of remediation, and in terms of taking the system online again. If you look into this, generally, the rule is that within 10 minutes, you should be able to respond to that. But there is a statistic that shows that it takes generally 66 days to remediate the security breach. Most significant data breach, perhaps, or the security breach, perhaps, is the example of Deloitte, where it happened somewhere back in October. Until March, they did not find out that there has been a security breach. This is a classic example where the giant companies, consulting companies, they are into that area. They think that they are well secured, but somehow they did not detect that one. So prevention is one thing. The security spending should be in such a way that it will also help you to detect the security breaches. And the last but not the least, that needs to be corrected in a timely manner. So all these aspects, if you look into the security spending, we see that it is not only important to find out that we are working on that security spending in a right manner, but also we should be able to justify that spending in terms of ROI. The biggest challenge perhaps is that how do we justify the ROI on security spending? And that we could do it by looking into the importance and the significance of the data. There are organizations who provide the insurance based on the estimate of the data value one may have. So we may argue that the spending that we have on security will be justified by the value of the data that we may lose or that may be jeopardized. So this is a little bit brief about the security spending from the viewpoint of the finance perspective. Thank you very much for listening to me.
For more updates from CXO TV, please like and subscribe to our channel.